This is WRFM on 98.2. A little something for the weekend.
You're listening to The Crypt on WRFM, and I am delighted to be joined on the show by Anya from AWOL Tattoo in Galway, who are one of the sponsors of the Bucket List competition. So thanks so much for joining me on the show, Anya.
No worries, you're very welcome.
Well, you're a family-run business. How long have you guys been in business now?
Well, we'll be in business 3 years in April, but I guess for the first few months, we were still kind of building the shop and putting it together, so we'll say 2.5 years, really.
2.5 years, oh my god. And you have 11,274 followers on Facebook.
Yeah, I live on Facebook, basically.
That is amazing. It shows the reputation you have already.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, in the beginning, obviously I had to push the page a lot myself, but then I just let it do its own thing, and now we just keep getting likes, more and more likes every single day, so it's great. Well,
I think as well, if you're sharing pictures of your work and that, once one person likes it, that goes into so many people's feeds on Facebook, and it just
exactly, yeah. Our followers are pretty good too, that they do suggest our page to other people that they think would be interested in it, so yeah, they're really helpful as well.
And then what's the process like of learning how to tattoo?
Well, you have to do an apprenticeship. Which means you have to get in with a tattoo artist, well, obviously one that you respect and admire to start off with, and you basically have to watch what they do just for months and months on end. You have to draw a lot, you have to draw every single day in practice. You have to do your own designs, and a lot of it is just cleaning and sterilisation and learning about how to keep the studio clean and how not to make people sick. But it's a very long, drawn-out process, and it's unpaid as well, the first year or two.
Oh, that's tough going. But
yeah,
if you're passionate about it.
Exactly. I mean, every kid on the block thinks that they want to be a tattoo artist or a piercer, and they don't realise it's a very hard slog for the first year or two.
But I'd say once you get there, then it's worth it.
If you're talented, the standard is so high these days that you'd really want to be very talented at art before you even think about doing it. It would be better to actually go to art college first, get it in art, and then look into doing it.
Well, of course, because you see so many pictures online of botched tattoos. Would you get many clients in needing them fixed?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Not so much from Ireland. The standard here is actually not that bad, but people get tattooed when they're on holidays, which is a huge mistake. I don't know why anybody would ever do that, because the people in these places, they know they're never going to see you again. They might not be clean, their ink might not be very good grade, they might not be very good at their job, but they know they're not going to see you again, so they don't care. So a lot of the botched ones we get are from people who got it done on holiday.
And people should be so careful, because I seen a guy before who got an infection in his arm after getting a friend to do, fix up a tattoo for him, and oh my god, it was disgusting.
Oh, it can be horrific, and you can lose a lot of tissue. Sometimes you have to get tissue removed, so you can be scarred really badly from a bad infection. And obviously you can get very sick.
Well, that's why people need to go to reputable places like yourself.
Absolutely. There's so many of them in Ireland now. There's no excuse, if somebody's tattooing at home, it's not going to be clean and sterile. It's not going to be the right environment. You have to keep your environment so clean. It has to be very controlled. And you can't do that if you're in a house with soft furnishings and, pets running around and just people using the kitchen. Yeah, exactly. It's not hygienic.
That's true. And then what would be the most common tattoo you'd get asked for?
Well, there are a few, I guess. Bird silhouettes are very popular at the moment. Script is always popular. People like to get writing tattoos. Infinity symbols, music notes, small tattoos I think are probably the most common, small black tattoos.
Well, personally, I'd love a tattoo, but I'm petrified of the pain. My husband's covered in them.
Honestly, it's such a transient thing. The pain is probably the least of your worries, because the pain is going to be over in anywhere from 10 minutes, half an hour to an hour. What you want to worry about more is, like you said, obviously how good your tattoo artist is, how hygienic they are, and are you getting something that you want to look at for the rest of your life? The pain part that's the easy part, that comes and goes.
Where would be kind of the more sensitive spots on the body to get a tattoo?
There's a few. Well, first of all, everybody takes pain differently, so what I might find really painful, you might not find as bad, but obviously there's areas like hands and feet, knees and elbows, anywhere that's kind of bony is going to be a bit sore. The inner arm, the back of the knee, the ribs, the throat. There's a few hot spots.
Now, of course, getting a tattoo, as we were saying there, carries health risks because you're breaking the skin. So in the shop on a daily basis, what kind of precautions would you have to take?
Basically, when you're a tattoo artist or a piercer, you're basically a cleaner, because that's what you do probably 90% of the time. We have to keep the studio so clean. Like, the studio is cleaned like top to bottom every single day. Floors are washed, surfaces are washed. Everything has to be absolutely spotless. But not just that, all the equipment has to be sterilised every day. And that's just a continuous job. Things have to be scrubbed, they have to be bagged, they have to be autoclaved. Like, you have a lot of disposable stuff as well, so you have to change the covering on the table, you have to change the covering on the bed. It's a constant slog keeping the place clean.
A lot of work involved.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, it doesn't matter how many staff you have, you know, everybody has to pull their weight, everybody has to keep the place clean. Like, all the staff have to be really well trained in cross-contamination and understand about bloodborne pathogens and just basically how to not make people sick. You need to know when to change your gloves, you need to know what can touch what. Like, you can't put a dirty clamp or machine down on a clean surface, etc. And there's a lot of learning involved, which is a lot of what the apprenticeship is about.
You guys, do you remove tattoos as well?
We were removing tattoos last year. We're in between removal people at the moment because the people who were doing it with us can't come down anymore. But hopefully we will be starting it again soon. And that's done by laser. And it's quite popular. I mean, obviously we all have, you know, things we regret, and a lot of people have tattoos they regret. And I know I would prefer to get my tattoo removed by somebody who understands tattoos as opposed to, you know, a beautician or somebody who's never had a tattoo.
Exactly. And like, would that be a sore process?
Yeah, I haven't had it done myself, but I've been told it's like a hot elastic band hitting your skin over and over. Sometimes it can be more painful than a tattoo. So people want to really think about getting a tattoo before they get it. Removal is more painful, it takes much, much longer, and it's more expensive.
I see, that's the thing as well. I suppose that, like, some people when they'd be very young, they might be into certain things that they don't realise when they're older. Do you know?
Exactly, which is why we insist people are at least 18 when they get a tattoo.
I absolutely love watching the likes of Miami Ink and Kat Von D because the stories are amazing that you get people coming in. And I'd say it can be quite sad sometimes, but you get people coming in like who might be getting tattoos in memory of someone who passed on.
Yeah, I mean, like, I find what the saddest is, you know, if children or babies, you know, have passed on and they get like little angels done and dates of births, and some of the dates of births and the, you know, date of passing, there's such, you know, it can be such a little time if they're very young, and that can be really sad. And then people who, you know, their parents might have passed away, or brothers and sisters, or, you know, it can be very sad, but it's not quite like what you see on TV. Like, not everybody has a story. Yeah. But some people do, and they can be very sad.
But of course, it's going to be reality TV is always dramatised to a certain.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, yeah, those shows make it look like everybody needs to have really, really powerful reasons why they want tattoos. Some people just like a design, you know.
Exactly. And then you also do piercings. I was told that to get your tongue pierced is very dangerous. Is that true?
It can be in the wrong hand, certainly. Your tongue has two major veins on either side of it, and if you hit one of those, you can get into trouble because you can't put a plaster on it, you can't put a bandage on it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, with things like tongue piercings and any, you know, piercing like that, you want to really know who you're going to, make sure they have a good reputation and that they're very experienced, because it can be dangerous, certainly, in the wrong hands. Once you go into a reputable studio, and if any studio does piercings like that for, you know, people under the age of 18 or so on, I would be very dubious of it, because, I mean, if they're piercing people underage, like, you should be 18 getting a tongue piercing, just for an example. And if somebody's piercing at 15, 16, you know, these piercings, I'd question the whole establishment if they did.
And do you know what I found about piercings as well? Like, when I was younger, I got my ears pierced, and I think that's awful sore. But yes, I got my eyebrow pierced then, and that was nothing. I was sitting there and I kept talking. Do you know when you're nervous and you just can't shut up because you're so nervous? And then next minute, the guy said, "That's it." And
yeah, because you probably got your ears done with a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, gun piercing is really bad. It's just not suitable for us as humans. Like, it's grand for tagging cattle, but it's not really suitable for humans. You're much better getting it done with a needle and proper jewellery. Needle piercing is so less painful than gun piercing and so much more hygienic.
you guys have been absolutely fantastic and sponsored a €200 voucher to get a tattoo and a €50 voucher to get a piercing. And you know, I think this is a lovely prize for a special needs parent, because
absolutely,
you know, to have something done for their child, a tattoo,
absolutely,
would be a lovely thing to have.
It is, and it's a really lovely idea for a competition. I mean, as I said, we have special needs in our own family, so we understand. And it's a really, really nice gift for, to give them a break. And, I suppose when you have a special needs child, a lot of attention is on the child. So it's nice for them to have something for them. Yeah, it's a really nice idea, and fair play to you guys.
Oh, thanks so much, Anya. I really appreciate it. Well, look, thanks so much for being so generous.
No problem.
And hopefully we'll have you on the show again sometime.
Oh, absolutely. It'll be our pleasure.
That's brilliant. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
This is WRFM on 98.2. A little something for the weekend.